made themselves available for solving these challenges. And the rest of the news that we shall be disclosing today, I think we all need to celebrate and give them all a big round of applause. So the first thing we will be talking about is our ERP implementation, and I already know many of you are really shrugging at this. You have not enjoyed the experience, I know this. But this was one of the biggest challenges that we had. In fact, a lot of you are seeing the end result of it, but you may not be aware of what went behind it and why we needed to do it. The first reason, data security. At the end of the day, when we came in, we understood that our data, and I mean every single aspect of our data, being in someone else's hand, clearly do not play to our advantage. This is something that we must protect, this is something that we must cherish. So we needed to figure out a solution whereby we could protect this data. Second, our impediments to development. What do I mean by that? Not only because of JCI, but we needed to take our software and our systems to tackle the challenges of the upcoming days. When our patients will inshallah have their health data on their phones, no longer will be able to just have paper. So we will be going paperless in the future as well. That is the target. Third, JCI requirements. Every edition of JCI that comes out, I think it gets tougher and tougher. So this time around, we had a lot of challenges that needed to be solved. But we were not being able to solve it with the last edition of the software that we had. Keeping that in mind, we set up a team. First challenge was forming the team itself. We didn't have it. We did have an IT team, but they were mainly looking after the hardware, to some extent the software. In fact, we needed to evaluate the ability of our own team who would have been leading the development of the software itself. Once that was done, we formed a team from scratch. A complete team that was in-house, that would be developing the software for our hospital from scratch, not from any existing platform, nothing that could impede us from realizing our full potential. Second, making the system foolproof, because it was not something that we would be doing for a year or two. We needed to ensure that we could build on top of this. Ultimately, what we not just for this evening, but for the last 2 years. There are so many countless things for which we have to be grateful for. I would request that you join me for a small dua. Duata ami conduct kori with your permission. I don't want, I know Ahmad Imam Shahab achen, he is excellent at it, but if I conduct it,